Trevor? You think you're going to come for this? You think you're going to try to even get close to being the Grammy predictions champion? Well, you're wrong. The first year was a fluke. You made a huge mistake underestimating my ability to just somehow correctly guess Billie Eilish for everything. And I will once again prove why I'm the better man at guessing random shitty categories created by idiots who really don't understand music that well. What the fuck is an urban contemporary album? I got no fucking idea, but I know one thing for sure. You're not coming near this. This is mine. This is for the cream of the crop, and I am the cream.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to the Anthony and Todd Show. I'm your host, Trevor.
And I'm Vincent.
And we don't have any AKAs because it's been a long time, but today we're back with another episode of our podcast after a little bit of a hiatus. There's been some, I've been moving, and Vincent's been moving to Harbor Freight. And today we're back with our annual Grammy predictions. Now, this is for the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards, and we're just predicting the nominees. The Grammys this next year are going to be on Sunday, January 31st of 2021. The nominations have not been announced yet, so we're just guessing.
Yeah, they don't even have a date for the nominations because probably of COVID. Usually we do this like kind of around this time, so if you're going to put in the comment section why you're doing this so early, it's because we like to predict the nominees. It's a fun little game we like to play, picking what random bullshit's going to get nominated and whatever the fucking urban contemporary album is. I still would like to know. It's not around anymore, but I would still like to know what the hell our urban contemporary album is. The rules for this contest is you get 6 picks. Yeah, you get 6 picks for each category except for the general, where you get 9. Actual Grammys have 5 for regular categories and 8 for the general category. If you get the artist and the song project correct, you get 2 points. If you just get the artist, you just get 1 point. If you sweep the category and get all the answers correct, you get 5 points. And if you guess the actual winner of a general category, you get 10 points. That's how I won last year, because all my guesses were Billie Eilish. So I won, and that's why I'm the current Grammy champion, as by my scathing promo at the beginning of the video version of this, not the audio version. Sorry, audio listeners. You have to see the video. You have to see the scathing promo in all of its video glory on the YouTube channel. So, you ready to go over this year's Grammys?
I am.
How confident on a scale to 1 to 10 are you?
Not. Except for I always feel pretty confident about my general category, but everything else, it's kind of a toss-up.
Everything besides pop. Pop, I'm not confident in. It's the one I'm going to get the most correct. That's usually how it always goes.
Yeah.
I think when we first started doing this 2 years ago, I felt confident so much. Now I'd not confident in anything, because I know it's just a random crapshoot of what's going to be nominated. Mm-hmm. Not to say that everything we pick to be nominated is stuff we actually like. It's actually the exact opposite a lot of the time. So without any further ado, it's time to get in the rap category with Best Rap Performance, which is for overall performance, not songwriting. It's not a songwriting award.
All right, so for my best rap performance, I got What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow, I got Bop by DaBaby, Godzilla by Eminem, The Bigger Picture by Lil Baby, Walking in the Snow by Run the Jewels, and Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs. Those last two were kind of wild card picks, but I don't know what else would go here.
I'm really glad you have Walking on Sunshine as your pick. That's a really nice pick.
It's a very uplifting song. I think that's what we need in these times.
For me, I have Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce with the Savage remix, which is one of the hottest songs of the entire year, one of the most catchy songs. You have Roddy Ricch with The Box, one of the highest charting songs of the entire year, and also one of the catchiest with the really, really weird production vocal cue that's at the beginning of the track. This next one is something I just want. I don't think it's going to get nominated at all. I just kind of really want it. Is Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with WAP, Wet Ass Pussy. Juice WRLD with Wishing Well, a track I do not remember from his last album, but it's his most popular song on Spotify, so that's probably the one that's going to get nominated if anything gets nominated. Grammys love the posthumous awards, so I feel like Juice WRLD's going to get nominated for something. It's just indicator. It's just hard guessing what. I have DaBaby with Rockstar featuring Roddy Ricch, probably the best track off that terrible album he dropped earlier this year. And I have Kid Cudi with Travis Scott with the Scots, a track I really didn't care for at first, but I think it's okay now. I don't think it's terrible. If I got nominated and eventually won, I wouldn't be super angry or upset by that. Moving on to one of the first changes this year is Best Melodic Rap Performance, which was changed from Best Rap/Sung Performance. I like that wording a little bit better.
Yeah, so a lot of the things that you picked for your Best Rap Performance I put here because they involved a lot more singing. For Best Rap Performance, I tried to put things that I felt like were just pure rap, like no hook or no nothing. But for this one, I had Good News by Mac Miller, The Box by Roddy Ricch, the Savage remix by Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce. I had Life is Good by Future and Drake, which I kind of forgot about, but apparently was really popular, and I hear it on TikTok a lot. I have Rockstar by DaBaby and Roddy Ricch. I have Say So by Doja Cat, which I think blew up big time on TikTok. Also, Vincent added Darko the Super with P.F. Chang's, which I think is going to go ahead and sweep this one.
I made some adjustments to Trevor's Grammy nominations because I just felt like he could have done better this year. I have Juice WRLD with Wishing Well. I have Eminem with Godzilla featuring Juice WRLD, which actually, after seeing the music video, we weren't too super kind to the song in the review. I don't think it's terrible as I remember it. I really like the music video. I think it's just kind of zany and stupid and
yeah,
fun.
I rewatched it and listened to it this morning, and it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
But Juice WRLD's hook's probably, honestly, the two weakest parts of that is Eminem's just rhymey blimey type shit where he's going a word a minute or a word a millisecond.
A word a minute is pretty impressive.
That's 21 Savage speed. A word a millisecond on that track, and Juice WRLD's lame hook, but it's not a terrible song by any means. And again, Juice WRLD's gonna get nominated for something. It's just what. I have Mac Miller, Good News. I have Polo G with Wishing for a Hero featuring BJ Chicago Kid, which has.
I love that freaking Cyndi Lauper song. So good.
I have Anderson .Paak with Lockdown, and I have Pop Smoke with Got It On Me. Depends on how much you think that is melodic or not. I think it's close enough.
Yeah, I felt a little unsure about Pop Smoke. In my eyes, there were 3 huge deaths in the rap scene this year, but I think that Pop Smoke was not the least of them, but I think that he hit the media like the least. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't actually include him at all, even though I think that he had one of the better projects here.
Who were the 3 big deaths?
Mac Miller, Juice WRLD, and Pop.
Okay, you counted Mac Miller still as because like it's still a posthumous release, but it happened a couple years ago. So
yeah, for Best Rap Song, this is the Songwriters Award. So in my opinion, I think this has more to do with the actual lyrics versus like the delivery.
So J-Rock's win is gonna win again.
Yeah. Coming out of nowhere. For this, I had The Bigger Picture by Lil Baby. I had Darkness by Eminem. Walking in the Snow by Run the Jewels. Good News by Mac Miller. The Box by Roddy Ricch. And Savage. Just the normal Savage by Megan Thee Stallion.
Okay, is Dark... I can't remember. I don't remember much about that Eminem album. Is that the track where, like, it's about the Las Vegas shooting?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's possible.
That's the Hello Darkness, The Sound of Silence track.
What is Eminem going to sample next? Hopefully it's Walking on Sunshine. For me, so. I have Eminem Godzilla, probably because he raps a word a millisecond on that track. Roddy Ricch, The Box. Meek Mill, Other Side of America. I think the message is more stronger than his performance. As some of you may know, I'm not super huge into Meek Mill, but I think the premise and the importance of the lyricism of that track is stronger than the actual performance. I have Anderson .Paak's Lockdown, Megan Thee Stallion's Savage remix featuring Beyonce, and I got Pop Smoke, Got It On Me.
Nice. For best rap album, I've got Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. I had Mac Miller's Circles, Juice WRLD's Legends Never Die, Run the Jewels with Run the Jewels 4, or RTJ 4, Lil Baby's My Turn, and Logic with No Pressure, because I think that the Grammys are going to like that he's retiring. If they give him incentive to retire, then he'll take it.
I'm gonna be forefront. I actually enjoyed that last Logic album.
It honestly isn't that bad.
Yeah,
and
it's
I think
not great, but it's back to where you started in the beginning, where it's just like it's fine pop music, and it doesn't go too serious or too like cheesy. It's like in that good terrain where it's kind of close to where it needs to be.
I think specifically because of that like comeback, he will nab some sort of nomination. Because his last like 3 albums sucked, like just awful.
Yeah, that Little Baby album, My Turn, had 12 songs off the album reached the Billboard Hot 100, which gave him a career total of 47 songs, putting him at a tie with Prince and the Beatles. Or not Beatles, Paul McCartney of the Beatles.
Very cool.
So it's possible. I just hope the Grammys have a little bit more taste than absolute trash. Jonathan still has PTSD from reviewing that album, and he's still
fine.
No, he's not. He wasn't fine before he reviewed that album. He's not fine now. I have Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. I actually really enjoyed that. I didn't really care for Pop Smoke before this, and that was actually a really surprising and fun release from him. And it's a shame It's a shame he went away too soon before he put out more material, because there's a solid building point from that album into something more excellent that we'll never actually get to see, which is very depressing. There's also going to be an R&B album, but like tracks like Blue World he raps on, so maybe they'll classify it as a rap. I have Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, Megan Thee Stallion, Suga, Polo G, The GOAT, and Run the Jewels, RTJ 4. I think Run the Jewels were nominated for that Baby Driver song a couple years ago.
Yeah, what was it? Never Catch Me?
It's not a possibility that they would be nominated, and I think for anything, the hype behind this album was like their hugest yet, so I want them to be nominated. I don't know if it's the biggest possibility, but it's something I really, really want.
Yeah. They had a couple tracks on one of the sports games that just came out. I can't remember. It was either NFL or NHL, but they had a couple of songs on there. So I definitely think they're like getting more popular.
The Grammys cater to the NHL crowd.
They do. They love it.
Moving on to R&B, with Best R&B Song.
So for Best R&B Song, I had Lockdown by Anderson .Paak, Do It by Chloe X Haley, or Chloe and Haley. That sounds like an anime title. I Can't Breathe by Her, or HER. Underdog by Alicia Keys. 11 by Khalid and Summer Walker. And Go Crazy by Chris Brown.
I don't know why that title made me laugh.
It's a dumb title. People cannot stay away from Chris Brown, even though they know his past and they know like the things that he's done. People still just go nuts over him, and I don't understand it.
I just imagine it's a cover of what's that song? The Eminem song where he goes, "Go crazy, go stupid." I can only think of the music video for some reason. I can't remember any other lyrics to that song. I think it's the one. It's the one where he does the Pee Wee Herman laugh.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what it is and what album it's off of, but it's just the cover of that portion where he goes, "Ha ha ha, go crazy," and he just does that on loop for like a 5-minute portion. Actually, no, Chris Brown's career probably do for like 20 minutes, and I'll do like 7 versions of it, and that'll be like an album where that goes like 90 minutes. But moving away from Chris Brown. My choices are Childish Gambino with Time featuring Ariana Grande, Weeknd with Blinding Lights, even though I think that's synth pop, so it should be under pop, but Grammys don't care. Chloe X Haley, The Anime with Do It, Anderson .Paak with Lockdown, Her with I Can't Breathe, and Mac Miller with Good News.
So for our next category, we combined two of them, Best R&B and Best Progressive R&B, because I don't really know what the difference is between those, but Progressive R&B used to be Urban Contemporary, which got kind of grilled last year and has been getting grilled for the past couple of years, but last year was like big uprising, and so they changed it. But in my eyes, honestly, I think it means the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of worse.
Progressive R&B?
Yeah, because what the fuck does that mean?
Well,
is it just like R&B, but like what prog rock did for rock, but for R&B?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't really understand like why they would split these two unless they think that like R&B is going to be like a Marvin Gaye personality kind of person, but progressive R&B is like more so like newer type R&B. But I think that that's silly because like the genre evolves anyway. Like we're not nominating the freaking Sugar Hill Gang for rap anymore. Like why didn't we make a progressive rap?
Though.
Yeah, we should. But, like, why isn't there, like, a progressive rap category? Like, why isn't there a trap category? Like,
and is
it's
it going to get
just
to the
all
point
hip-hop.
where progressive has to be progressive R&B?
I mean, I think that it's silly. But
I think they should have just... Maybe, I don't know, maybe just... If they're looking for something that blends hip-hop and R&B, like... Title it, like... Something... in between that, I guess, but maybe that's what they were trying to do with Urban. I don't understand Urban Contemporary still.
It's basically just black music. That's just what.
That's basically what they want it to be.
No, exactly, and that's why I don't have any Mac Miller in this specifically, because I think that the Grammys are still going to try to like pigeonhole artists into like, oh, if you're black and you make music that's not rap, then you're probably in R&B or progressive R&B. But I think like R&B as the Grammys want to know it, like I mentioned, like Marvin Gaye, I think is like declining. Like nobody's making like Ordinary People by John Legend. Like I think that was like a good example of just R&B, but the majority of R&B that's coming out now, it doesn't even fall like in that category. They should just have it be R&B.
But I think my choices for progressive R&B are just King Crimson 6 times.
Yes, they are pretty progressive.
Actually, no, 5 King Crimsons, 1 Weekend's cover of 21st Century Schizoid Man. My choices, I have Childish Gambino with March 15, 2020, or 3/15/20, an album that I think is vastly underrated. I have The Weeknd's After Hours, even though that's a synth pop album, Mac Miller's Circles, Chloe X Haley Ungodly Hour, which is pretty much a pop album, Janae Aiko with Chilumbo, and Kalani with It Wasn't Good Until It Wasn't. Those last 2 albums, I couldn't really tell you anything about. I just know they're popular, and they're kind of classified R&B, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were also pop albums.
Yeah, I love Kalani's cover of It Wasn't Me.
It wasn't me until it was.
For my picks, I had Chloe and Haley, Ungodly Hour. I had 070 Shake with Modus Vivendi. Childish Gambino with 3/15/20. John Legend with Bigger Love. FKA Twigs with Magdalene. And Tiana Taylor with Tiana Taylor. The album, the video game, the junior novelization.
Is it called Tiana Taylor, the album? I thought it was just called the album.
I think it's just called Tiana Taylor, the album. Either way, I mean, it is what it is.
Tiana Taylor, the album inspired by music from the film. Moving on to another category that has a identity crisis, but is a little bit less racist. A little bit. The rock category. We have the best rock song, which also includes metal and alternative music. I put 21 Pilots, Level of Concern. I have Ozzy Osbourne, Under the Graveyard. I have Brittany Howard, He Loves Me. I have The Strokes, At the Door. I had Coldplay with Orphans, an actually decent Coldplay song in the last 5 years, which is actually very surprising. I have Tame Impala with Is It True?
Oh, so for my best rock performances, I had Jumanji. Just kidding. I had Caution by The Killers, Bad Decisions by The Strokes, Bloody Valentine by MGK, Lost in Yesterday by Tame Impala, Oh Yeah by Green Day and Level of Concern by 21 Pilots.
Oh yeah.
Every time I say "Oh yeah," I think of the Cat in the Hat. How he says it.
I honestly forgot that "Oh Yeah" song, like, because I would hear it on like the radio or like just like when you're in like a store, it would be playing, and I honestly forgot it was part of that Green Day album. It just sounded like just a generic like pop rock tune, and it's very disappointing to see it's by Green Day.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are.
Moving into Best Rock Album, which includes metal, I have Ozzy Osbourne with the actually very fun Ordinary Man. I have Poppy with the very, very underwhelming I Disagree. Coldplay with the very, very preachy and disconnected Everyday Life. Pearl Jam, who still makes music for some reason, with Gigaton. Stone Temple Pilots, who still makes music for some reason, with Perdia. And Green Day, who still makes music for some reason, with Father of All Motherfuckers.
So for my Best Rock Album, I had The Strokes with The New Abnormal, Green Day, Father of All, ... Ozzy Osbourne with Ordinary Man, Brittany Howard with Jamie, All Time Low with Wake Up Sunshine, and Pearl Jam was going to be my last, Coldplay was going to be my last one with Everyday Life.
Yeah,
I was still thinking about Pearl Jam.
Jeremy spoken. You put Strokes as rock. I'm very surprised you didn't put it as alternative.
They're very, very easily rock. The only thing that really I didn't think was rock on that last album was At the Door.
Yeah, but I still think they're going to nominate as alternative. I'd be surprised.
Look at my alternative picks and then we'll decide.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
For Best Alternative Music Album, I had Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds with Ghost Teen. That's the age you turn after you turn 19.
No, that's a type of cracker. That's haunted.
I had Fiona Apple with Fetch the Bolt Cutters, Black Bear with Everything Means Nothing. Black Bear is super edgy, and I think that teens love him. The 1975 with Notes on a Conditional Form. Beck with Hyperspace, which I forgot was even an album, but then I remembered the Saw Lightning, and this is Beck's like Japanese album.
Did you listen to this album?
I probably about halfway through. I liked Saw Lightning. I thought it was a decent single.
I didn't. I skipped this one. I was good.
I went and listened to Wero instead, the Mexican album. And I also had Tame Impala with Slow Rush on here.
I almost said Ozzy Osbourne. I have Haim, or I like to say Ham, because it's in my fridge. With Woman in Music, Part 3. Wow, I can't believe women have been in music for 3 parts.
That's crazy.
I've kind of just I want Oliver Tree to be nominated for Ugly is Beautiful, Fiona Apple with Fetch the Bolt Cutters, Strokes, The New Abnormal, Brittany Howard, Jamie, Tame Impala, The Shrill Rush. And it was very slow because a lot of that album has left my subconscious, never to return.
Actually, a lot of it has come back to me. I enjoy that album, I think, more than I did. Is It True is good. Breathe Deeper is incredible.
I was saying, is it true?
It is true.
Okay.
Moving on to a category I know absolutely nothing about, the Dance and Electronic category, where we only did Dance and Electronic album, and it's the hardest one every year. This year I had Caribou with Suddenly, The Soft Pink Truth with Shall We Go On Sinning So That Grace May Increase, The Black Eyed Peas with Translation, Ikali with A World Away, Disclosure with Energy, and Jessie Ware with What's Your Pleasure. And then Vincent added Fatboy Slim with Funk Soul Brother 2, More Soul Brother. That's the classic line from Oliver Twist when he holds out his bowl and says, More Soul Brother.
That Jessie Ware album's good. I forgot about that one. That's a fun little album. My picks, I have Disclosure with Energy. That I don't know. I really enjoyed that record. I listened to it recently, and I was surprised. It's kind of like a mix of like Gorillaz and Chemical Brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
think
I thought it was decent.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I really like that Slow Tie Amine track.
That's a good one. Pressure on the Palms.
I have Caribou with Suddenly, Fortet with 16 Oceans, Var with Planets Mad, Arca with Kick Eye, and Against All Logic 2017 to 2019. I don't know if any of these will get nominated. I just kind of knew that these are popular electronic releases. The only one I'm kind of sure about is Disclosure. And
yeah, I don't think the AAL will get nominated at all.
Yeah, I just
even
kind
though
of
it was good.
It wasn't good. I didn't care for 2017 and 2019. I like
really
20 though. What was the last one? The one reviewed 2012 to
1902 to 2017 or whatever.
Yes. The Great Depression to 9/11.
That's a lot of material. Moving on to some of the big boys, we got the pop category for best pop solo performance. Once again, this is just one person singing this. If you have two people, if you have anybody singing along to this, out. It's in the duo group performance. You perform this at karaoke, out. Duo group performance. For my picks, I had Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Circles by Post Malone, Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, and Cardigan by Taylor Swift.
I have Post Malone's Circles. I have The Weeknd's Blinding Light. I have Doja Cat with Say So. I have Harry Styles with Watermelon Sugar. I have Taylor Swift with Cardigan. And I have Halsey with Without Me, the Eminem song.
I love that one.
It would feel so empty without
Halsey. This next one is, like I said, pop duo group performance. So for this one, I had Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, Memories by Maroon 5. Hate that song. It's literally just Pachelbel's Canon in D. I have Stuck With You by Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. I have On by BTS. I think that the Grammys are going to have to throw a bone to BTS at some point, or they are going to get swarmed with K-pop fans.
No, they're going to get canceled on Twitter, and then it's not going to matter in about, 10 seconds.
I mean, yeah. I just think at some point, they have to. BTS has been around for a while, and, they don't really have any sort of airplay whatsoever, but they are still popular.
Yeah.
Extremely popular. I have Intentions by Justin Bieber again and Quavo, and What a Man Gotta Do by the Jonas Brothers.
I just like that title. I don't know why.
It's a good one. It's not proper grammar.
I have Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande as well with Rain on Me. I have BTS On. Taylor Swift Exile Island Survivor Series.
Nice.
Or the Survivor season, not the Survivor
that was
Series.
That was a lot of references in one.
The Survivor Series is a completely different thing. The season of Survivor Exile Island. That's what I was trying to reference. I wasn't trying to reference the wrestling pay-per-view. With featuring Bon Iver, I have Justin Bieber with Intentions featuring Quavo, or I like to say Quavo. Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande was Stuck With You, which I'm pretty sure is that movie where the two guys are Siamese twins. And Beanie with Super Lonely featuring Gus Dapperton, which is a terrible name.
Beanie?
Isn't that what her name is?
I think it's Benet.
Benet. I like Beanie,
Renee. It's not Beanie.
I've never heard anyone say her name before.
I'm pretty sure it's Benet.
I think in comparison to Gus Dapperton's name, I think she has the more realistic name. With Beanie.
Gus Dapperton sounds like an electro swing artist. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're right.
I know. For Best Pop Vocal Album, I had Dua Lipa with Future Nostalgia, The Weeknd with After Hours, Lady Gaga with Chromatica. For Harry Styles, I had Fine Line, Post Malone with Hollywood's Bleeding, and Halsey with Manic.
I think it's Maniac. Maniac on the floor.
Yes.
That was a terrible
And she's
joke.
dancing like she's never danced before.
I'm canceled. I have Taylor Swift with Folklore, where she just tells a bunch of legends. Post Malone with My Asshole's Bleeding, Dua Lipa with Future Nostalgia, The Weeknd with After Hours, Charlie XCX, which I don't know if she'll get nominated, I just kind of want it, with How I'm Feeling Now, and Lady Gaga with Chromatica.
Nice. And then here's the biggest boy of them all, the general category. For this one, like Vincent said at the beginning, we have 9 picks instead of 6, and I actually find this one to be the easiest one. So for here we have Record of the Year. This is for overall song, pretty similar to the rap category, where this has nothing to do with lyrics whatsoever, although a bunch of these songs always fall into the Songwriters Award anyway. So for Record of the Year, I had The Box by Roddy Ricch, Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles, The Savage Remix by Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Circles by Post Malone, Rain on Me by Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga. I actually swapped those because it's a Lady Gaga song featuring Ariana Grande. I have The Bones by Maren Morris for the obligatory country edition here, and I have Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish.
What's your pick to win?
I think Blinding Lights is going to take it.
I have The Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks, which...
Don't say that.
That's just... I don't understand that name change. Like, it doesn't... Like, that's like... I'm not even going to get into it. That's just like... I understand the reasoning behind it, but I just think of, like, all the other things you could be doing. That's, like, the dumbest.
Well, it's not like they're not doing anything else. I think it's more symbolic than anything.
It's that, and also Lady Antebellum's was really kind of stupid.
That one was really dumb. Yeah.
But the Chicks with Gaslighter, I have Billie Eilish with Everything I Wanted, The Weeknd with Blinding Lights, Doja Cat Say So, Roddy Ricch The Box, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande with Rain on Me, Post Malone Circles, Megan Thee Stallion with Savage Remix, and Harry Styles with Watermelon Sugar. I was going to pick Weeknd, but I guess I'm just going to pick something else. No, I'm going to pick Weeknd because he's the safest. It's Bruno Mars all over again.
Yeah.
Moving on to Song of the Year, which is the Songwriters Award. I have Mac Miller, Good News. I have Roddy Ricch, The Box. The Chicks, Gaslighter. Billie Eilish, Everything I Wanted. Anderson .Paak, Lockdown. Post Malone, Circles. The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. Taylor Swift, Exile. Megan Thee Stallion, Savage Remix. I'm going to go Weeknd again. Just because, again, it's the safest, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't say the safest, but I think it's the most accessible, besides Post.
Yeah. I've got Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Adore You by Harry Styles. Notice I swapped out Watermelon Sugar because I think Adore You is the second most popular song, and it has, I think, better lyrics, so they probably nominated that one instead. I had Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa, Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande, The Bones by Maren Morris, Circles by Post, Cardigan by Taylor Swift, Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish, and Roddy Ricch's The Box. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Blinding Lights as well.
Okay, we're just all going to pick Weeknd because it's the easy. It's like the lowest hanging fruit.
It really is. It really is. And I think that they're going to go for it.
Yeah. Album of the Year... I have Mac Miller's Circles, which I hope wins. I don't think it is, but I just want it to because I really like that album. Taylor Swift, Folklore, Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia, The Weeknd, After Hours, Roddy Ricch, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, Fiona Apple with Fetch the Bolt Cutters. I feel like she'll get nominated for this one because Pitchfork thinks that album's like a 10 out of 10 or something. It's fine, but it's not perfect by any means. The Chicks, Gaslighter, Post Malone, Hollywood's Bleeding, and Lady Gaga, Chromatica, Weeknd. Safest pick. Why even try at this point?
I had The Weeknd with After Hours, so I'm going to pick that one, so go ahead and highlight it. I had Dua Lipa with Future Nostalgia, Taylor Swift with Folklore, Lady Gaga with Chromatica. I had Roddy Ricch with Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, Post Malone with Hollywood's Bleeding, Harry Styles with Fine Line. I had The Highwomen with their self-titled record, again, obligatory country pick.
Was that last year?
Huh?
Was that last year? Did that come out last year, or am I just remembering things?
I think it came out either at the end of last year or beginning of this year, but I think it's got Brady Carlisle in it. I think Maren Morris is in it. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, it's eligible, I think.
There's 4 women in there that have all won Grammys separately, and I think that there's always a country album in the top, and I think that that's gonna get it. And I also had Fiona Apple with Fetch the Bolt Cutters.
Okay, those are our picks. Tell us what you think down in the comment section if you're watching a YouTube video, or just tweet at us at Anthony and Todd and tell us why you think BTS is going to be nominated for every category imaginable, including Best Urban Contemporary Album. Actually, no, Let me phrase that. Best progressive R&B album. Actually, no, they're not going to be nominated for that one because that's King Crimson. So how big of a shit show do you think this is going to be this year?
I'm
Or next year.
doubting that it's going to happen at this point, as we know it, at least.
Well, the MTV Music Video Awards happened, so I think they're just going to have it the way they did it, because I think they did like a drive-in type deal.
I see.
I think they're still going to happen. I don't think the Oscars are going to happen, because that requires, the way they set up things, that requires an actual, like, you have to send that out to theaters, and a lot of films are not, unless you're Tenet, you're not getting in theaters.
Dude, Tenet had the right idea. They're going to sweep.
No, it's actually going to be Trolls 2
With our,
in The Invisible Man.
They didn't release in theaters.
No, Trolls 2 was the last one to in The Invisible Man. Both of those. There's
Sonic the Hedgehog can take it.
I heard that was decent.
I did too. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, those are predictions. If you have any other choices that you think we need to be aware of, tell us down in the comments or tweet at us, whatever. Without any further ado, I want to thank you for listening to this amazing podcast, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening in audio form. I've been Vincent Thomas Short. You can find me at Twitter at the Vincent Fort. He's been Alistair McCallis. No, you've been Trevor Abley, not Alistair Callis. Alistair McCallis is your Twitter handle. You can find the show on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at Anthony and Todd. You can find us on patreon.com/The Anthony and Todd Show. And you can even become an executive producer of the show if you do pledge enough money. This episode is executive produced by Dustin Cox. And without further ado, till next time, guys, boyos, see ya.
Bye, everybody.